welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 2026 makeup inventory. Now, I attempted to do this a couple of years ago. I got all fumbled up like halfway through the year. I decided, you know what, it's not worth it. Not gonna try. And then last year I didn't film this, but I did keep track of what came in versus what went out of my collection, but not necessarily where I started from. So I decided that I'm going to attempt to do this again this year. I counted up everything I own, with the exception of eyeshadow palettes and hair care. I took pictures of everything. And right now my plan is to just update at the end of the year. However, I am open to a 6-month update or even a 3-month update if that is something you'd want to see. So just let me know in the comments below. But let's go ahead and start in with moisturizers. I'm starting off the year with 15 moisturizers. So definitely a good number to start with. Also, I have way more makeup than I need. I do not plan on slowing down or stopping anytime soon. It's a hobby of mine. I enjoy it, so I'm okay where the numbers are at. I'm just genuinely curious. So for moisturizers, I do have 15 of them. For under eye, like serums and prep care, I have 12 of those. For lip oils, lip prep, I have 13 of those. For face primers, I also have 12 of those, which is actually not bad. I wouldn't mind letting that number go up a little bit because I do go through face primers somewhat frequently. For eye primer, I only have 5 of those, so that is something that I would like to get a few more of because I do use eye primers and I have used up, I think I used up 1 last year, maybe 2, but I know that I am so close to finishing up at least 1 or 2 more in the coming year, so I wouldn't mind adding in a few of those. I have 9 toners, I have 7 face serums, which is another number I wouldn't mind upping because, again, I recently used up 1. I'm about to use up another one, so that number is probably going to go down. I have 3 sunscreens, which I'm okay with because I don't wear sunscreens every day and I know they expire quickly. I'm not overly worried about that. I only wear sunscreen if I know I'm going to be out, like especially in the summertime, or if I'm just doing something that involves a lot of outdoor activity. I don't feel a need to wear it indoors at all. I don't like the feel of it on my face. So I'm honestly okay with where that number is at. I do have 10 sprays, I think like 3 of which I use before makeup, and then the other like 7 or so I use as setting sprays. I'm just accumulating everything together. I'm at a point where I'm just okay to use them back and forth as one type of item. So I do have 10 sprays. That is a number I would like to go up simply because I use them and I use them often and I go through them quickly. So throughout last year, I did use up a lot of sprays, and then towards the end of the year, I finally replenished some of that collection. So that is definitely an item that I would like to see go up in 2026. For liquid eyeliners, I have 8. For pencil eyeliners, I have 18 of those. For liquid eyeshadows, I only have 6. Liquid eyeshadows is just something I stopped buying. I don't like the way it looks on my eyes. I don't like the way it creases, so I'm okay to not have any more of those. I've got a couple I want to pick up and try out, a couple that I've heard some really good things on, but other than that, I really don't see myself adding too much of those to my collection. Eyeshadow sticks, same thing. I have 6 of them. I don't really care for the way they look and sit on my eyes personally. I don't feel like they stay as well as I would like them to, so I'm okay to keep that where it's at. As far as single eyeshadows, I have 7 of them. Another one where if it goes up, great. If not, I'm not going to worry about it. If I have them, like, I'll use those for sure. I do enjoy them. But if I don't happen to pick up any, I have so many eyeshadow palettes that I don't feel the need to have a bunch of single eyeshadows in my collection. So I can take it or leave it. If I find it on sale, if I happen to pick it up in stores, I'll enjoy it for sure. Lip liners, I do have 23 of. Lipsticks / lip crayons that I use as lipsticks, I have 17 of those. Liquid lipsticks, I have 8 of those. I don't really use liquid lipsticks anymore, so I'm okay to leave that number where it's at. For lip balms, I have 9 of those. I would actually like to see that number increase a little bit, because I do like lip balms when I'm reaching for a lip product. Naturally, it's just a balm. I just love how easy it is to use. I love the color payoff. I love that when it does wear it down throughout the day, I don't have to try to reapply it, or I can super easy, and they're just super easy to use. For lip gloss, I have 12 of those. Another item that I have, I hated lip gloss for a long time, but I've really gotten into it the last year or two, so I'm okay if that number were to increase. For lip stains, I have 6 of those. For powder blushes, I have 25 of those. This is a category that has gotten out of hand. Blush in general has gotten out of hand. I remember like mentally telling myself at the beginning of last year, okay, it's going to be a no-buy year for blush. And I ended up like doubling my collection in the last year. And then the same thing goes for cream and liquid blushes. I have 32 of those. So will I continue to buy them? Probably. Do I need them? No. But you know what? It's a hobby. It's something fun. I don't really feel a need to stop just because I have so many. If I find something that I want to pick up, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to enjoy it. For face powders, I have 9 of those. I'm okay to leave that number where it is at. But this is an item where this time last year, I really didn't care for powders. I didn't wear them that often. And this year, I did find my love for powders. So I did end up finishing one off at the very end of December. So if that number increases, great. If not, I'm not too worried about it. For face contours, I have 6 of those. Another category where if I find a face contour, I'll buy it that I really want to. I know I just added one to my collection in December. So if that number goes up, great, I'll enjoy it. If not, I'm not overly worried about it. It is something fun to have in my collection. Cream and liquid bronzers, I have 6 of those. Another category where if I get more of, great. If not, I'm not too worried about. But I have been enjoying both cream and liquid contours and cream and liquid bronzers lately. So that's just been something that I feel like my love will accumulate more of over 2026. For powder bronzer, I have 12 of them. For highlighters, I have 18 of those. Foundations, a category that is way out of hand and a category I will probably continue to love on through 2026. I have 50 foundations. They're a lot. They're makeup products I just gravitate towards. I do enjoy wearing foundations. I do enjoy trying different foundations. So that number is more than likely not going to go down in 2026. For mascara primers, I have 3. Another category where if I get more, great. If not, I really am not overly worried about it. I enjoy using them when I can, but when I don't, it's not a step I feel like is necessary in my routine. For mascaras, I have 14 of those. Another category where I can take it or leave it. If I get more, great. If not, not too worried about it. Mascaras do need to be replenished consistently, so I will probably go and pick up a few more for the sake of just keeping a fresh mascara in my collection at all times. For brow gel, both clear and tinted, I have 11 of those. I do go through those pretty consistently, so I'm okay to add a few more of those to my collection. For brow pencils, brow pomades, all of that, anything that involves like actually doing your brows and not just setting them, I have 10 of those. Now, I was finding my collection dwindling last year, so towards the end of the year, I did replenish some of that collection. So I wouldn't mind adding in a few more of those for the sake of I do like a very specific type of brow product and brow pencil, so I do want to get more in that category. For color correctors, I do have 3 of those. Again, if I get more, great. If not, it's not a step that I feel is absolutely necessary, but I do have a place for when I am wanting a color corrector. It's just not something I feel the need for every day. For concealers, I do have 23 of them. One of those categories where I enjoy getting concealers, so the number's probably not going to go down, but I also use concealers very consistently, so there's a chance I could finish 1 or 2 in the new year. But it's just, again, one of those items kind of like foundations for me, except for a way more contained category, where when I get excited about it, and I do enjoy using them. Glow filters, like the bronzy drops, the highlighting drops, the ones you wear underneath makeup that could be used as a primer, but not quite. I don't personally use them as a primer. I use them in addition to a primer, so it is an extra step in my routine. I have 10 of those. I did find a love over this last year for them, so I do anticipate that that number will end up going up in my collection in 2026. I do feel like this is one of those kind of like the bronzer category where I'm just going to fall in love with it over the next year and get more of. For face palettes, talking about like whole face palettes, cheek palettes, I like specifically like to bronzer only, blush only, like bigger face palettes that I don't store with my blushes or my bronzers or my highlighters. I do have 11 of those. That's a category where I really don't care to add in. Most of those I've gotten from BoxyCharm, although I did pick up one over the holiday season. I picked up the Hourglass one and I do enjoy it. But it's one of those where I will typically reach for a single over a whole face palette. That being said, I do feel like they have their place in my collection. I will be doing a little bit of traveling in 2026, so I'll probably take one of those and it'll just be used for good convenience sake. Fragrance was one of those items where I almost didn't put in my numbers, but over the last 6 months or so, I have found that I have actually been enjoying fragrance. A lot of the fragrances in my collection are super old, but they're still good. So the only fragrances I got in 2025 were like sample sizes and mini deluxe sizes that I got with gifts with purchase, and I find that I'm really liking them. And so I do have 16 altogether. A lot of it, like my mindset over the last month or so has been, but just get it for the bottle because you love perfume bottles. Like perfume bottles are like the most beautiful thing, and they fit with like just my aesthetic as a girly girl, as someone who likes like vintage elements in her personal style and in her home. So why not get them? And if anything, just use them for decoration and spray them on my skin from time to time. So a lot of it I'm looking more so like perfume bottles. And then like the bonus is the fragrance. The only issue is they are really expensive and I'm not sure if I want to invest in them at this time. But knowing that it's like been a recent love for me throughout like November and December. Like I'm just finding that I'm gravitating towards just like the whole aesthetic. That I do see myself actually purchasing at least a couple in 2026 for the sake of just wanting to have that. Now, the only thing I would say would deter me from that is I am having a baby, and usually I don't like wearing a lot of fragrance when I have especially a newborn, so I might hold off for the first half of the year, but then as baby girl gets a little bit bigger and is wanting to play more, then I might go ahead and like slowly get back into it. But I do see that being a newfound love that is currently establishing. And even though it may have to be put on hold for a while, I do see it rekindling itself towards the end of 2026. Anyway, that is my makeup inventory. Again, let me know, how often do you want to see these updates? If not, I'm going to default to like November, December of 2026. So basically a year from the time I am filming this on December 31st. So happy new year. By the time you're seeing this, it's probably at least halfway through January, if not closer to February. Anyway, I am doing a lot of pre-filming right now. A lot of it is just opportunity based, not so much like I have opportunity, so I just want to take advantage of that. I won't be pre-filming anything for when baby comes. Whether or not I get videos up, like whether or not I'm able to actually pre-film before baby gets here, that's up in the air. I'm not really planning on it. I'm just planning on taking it one day at a time and just trying to take opportunities as they come. And I've just happened to have those over the last couple weeks or so. Anyway, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. I do videos focusing on beauty and lifestyle. And my goal on this platform is to share my love for beauty as well as my love for Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And I am currently pregnant. By the time you're seeing this, I will be probably closer to the last month of pregnancy. So, yeah, there is a lot of content of that already on my channel. And if you want to see more, I'll go ahead and leave a playlist linked down below. But yeah, if all of that is what you are into, hit that subscribe button. And if not, but you still want to stick around, I'd love to have you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.